Hey guys, Prof Sales. We are live on the internet. Who knew? Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday, September 7th. Think about that in a moment. Let's see how we're doing here. Sounds good. Cool. We'll wait till some people fill in here and so on, see what we can get going. So today is going to be another update video. We are on day 51. Day 51 of the 5,000 Jeans or Bust Challenge. I don't know if that's the right name for it. But day 51. So we're getting there, you know? It's been a good 50 days, 51 days. Hey, Philip, how are you? Good to see you, sir. But, I always anticipated this challenge would be about 365 days a year, more or less. But I don't know, so we're starting to pick up some pace on listening. So I'm thinking that we got a good shot of getting there quicker than that. The only downside is Karin has to leave sometimes and go out of town for a little bit. Obviously cuts our workload in more than half. Truth be known. But the deal will go within a year. So, 50 days in, not even 2 months, basically. I don't know. I guess it's kind of arbitrary to say where are you at 50 days, where are you at 100 days. It's kind of arbitrary, those days we choose. We just like nice round numbers, I guess, right? Nobody talks about day 87. So we pick days like 50, 100 to sort of make it easy to break up into chunks. So I will be talking about the first 50 days, I guess, for lack of a better topic. But hopefully a few more people will filter in. It's the middle of the day. I never know what's a good time or what's a bad time. Only about 4 people in the room right now. So usually this is how it works. There's usually 3 or 4 for a bit, then 5, then 10. And it sits there around 10 to 12 for a while, and then it sort of builds near the end. And then I go off air. So go figure. But anyway, Crafty Carryover says, almost missed it. Listing 15 snapbacks. Cool. What are they snapbacks of? What's on the hats? I am not a hat guy, but I know there's good money can be made in hats. And they're obviously easy to ship, right? I would think. I don't know what you ship them in, Crafty, but hat. It's not very big. It doesn't weigh much. I'm sure you can send all of them pretty much first class mail, I would guess, to all over the country. So it's not going to cost you, but what, $3, $3.50. Jen says, hi, how are you, Jen? Good to see you. Crafty says NFL. Oh, nice. Learjet and vintage hats. Cool. I don't even know, Crafty. Maybe can you sell those on Amazon? I don't think you can now, right? I think NFL is restricted. Maybe it always has been. Not sure. She does 8x8x8 boxes, cost $3.60. Yeah, there you go, right? $3.60. That probably looks really nice coming to somebody in a nice box like that. Somebody posted on one of the reseller groups today a picture of a hat that came to them, and it was just all messed up. So, they got it, and it was all kind of crunched in. You could tell whoever packed it just box probably. So anyway, but so today is Wednesday. Karin and I, there's a reason why I didn't come on yesterday, and is because we were sourcing all day. We were sourcing out of town, right? So, anyway, she and I, we went to, I guess, about an hour and a half away and hit a city near us to go sourcing. We hit, we went to eight stores, which was about all we had time for given the drive time and just the distance between them. And it was interesting. We found jeans the jeans were a little bit more than they are here, but they also had a lot of half-price jeans, which were less than here. So I think the actual average price we paid yesterday was less than the price we pay here in Charlotte. That made for a good experience. We bought, how many we buy? 81. We bought 81 yesterday and spent about 325, 30 bucks, something like that. That's a pretty good price for jeans. I mean, used jeans. I mean, you're not going to, we didn't hit, I don't think we got any that I would call what are like home run jeans. But we got a lot of bread and butter jeans. We got jeans that should sell. Matter of fact, well, I don't know if we got that one this trip. No, we didn't get that one this trip. I was just laughing because there was one I listed earlier today and it sold in about 10 minutes. It was literally the last pair I listed. And I thought to myself when I listed, I was like, man, these are sharp looking jeans. You're going to sell quick. Yeah, they did, about 10 minutes. Utah says even with gas cost. No, gas cost, but you know, you're gonna get some cost back when you deduct your mileage. So our gas cost, I would guess I would say our gas cost was maybe 15 to 20 bucks.
Arguably would have been what it would have been if we went to North Charlotte.
Yeah, and that's about what it, strangely enough, that's what it would be if we kind of made a loop around our city as well. Charlotte's kind of a spread out city. And, you know, you can easily drive, you know, 100 miles sourcing in a day in Charlotte. If you go to the northern end and the eastern, the western, and back down the southern, it's pretty far. So I don't know that we really drove any further. It just seemed further because we were on the interstate for a while. Gas cost is obviously always a factor, but we were specifically hitting Goodwills. So we'd made a list. We didn't hit other opportunities that were near the Goodwills. We may go back to those when we go back to that city, when we go back to Columbia. But I don't know. We had a couple that we will not go back to just because they were not great. We went to another weigh and pay. Not great. I envy you guys who make money at the weigh and pay. I really do, because I know there's money to be made there, but man, it is work to get through all those clothes. And I don't know. We're just not big fans of it. It just seems like it's too hard. It seems like there's an easier way. And the strange thing is the weigh and pay was right beside of the retail store, so we could go to both. So it wasn't a wasted trip. But I don't know. Just don't like the weigh and pay. It is what it is. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so yesterday, numbers again, 81 and spent 380 actually. Also bought probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 Amazon items. Not a lot. It wasn't much. These stores, hard goods, were really kind of shopped out. I don't know if that's the right word. It just seemed like it was really, really junky and just not a lot of quality. It was just a bunch of knickknacks and almost nothing new in the package. Even their salvage merchandise was just all beat to you know what. The boxes were beat up and, you know, all kinds of damage. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a great place to get a lot of hard goods at. But like I said, we found 81 jeans, days worth of jeans. So, you know, that's pretty good. We're happy with that. Let me minimize this. Miss Crafty says she puts bubble pillows inside and put in a box, makes it prettier. Yeah. Presentation's everything, right? I mean, they don't bring your food to you on a plate all mixed together. You know, they separate it because it looks nice and neat and it makes it more appealing, even though it's going to taste the same. But, you know, it matters. So anyhow, what else was I going to say? What else? You got anything to add?
Have you talked about the weird return that we're dealing with? Ever?
Which one?
The one that sent us the wrong jeans.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this return the other day, but it kind of resolved itself today, guys. So I sold some jeans to someone on eBay. They got them. They were happy with them, but they returned to me a different pair they bought from someone else. So I've been dealing with this return for a couple weeks now. Well, it started resolving itself yesterday, finally. And the person admitted that, no, your jeans were fine. It was these other people's jeans that I sent back to you that I really want to return. I just sent them to you by mistake. But then that made it look like my pair was what got returned, which in fact was not. So I asked the buyer, they said, well, what can we do? And finally I said, well, the first thing you can do is cancel that return, which they did. They went in, they canceled the return. You know, their return is no longer under my eBay seller hub, which was nice. And then I told them, I said, well, what do you want me to do? I can ship the jeans back to you. It'll cost about $6.50 to ship them. You know, padded flat rate. That's about what it cost. And, you know, I was willing to do that, but I really wanted them to pay for it, to be honest, because it wasn't even my jeans, you know, to say. And the buyer, I mean, the jeans weren't that expensive, but surprisingly, the buyer said, keep the jeans and resell them on eBay or just donate them. They didn't want to fool with the trouble of me sending them back to them. I probably could have sent them to the seller that they were returning them, but I really didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to send them to the seller that they bought them from, because then you get in this weird situation maybe where and now you're responsible because you sent them back to them, but you know, just anyway. So I guess I got a pair of jeans out of it, guys. I sold a pair, still have the money from that, and now I have another pair I can sell, which by the way are new with tags. So go figure. I don't remember what they were. What were they?
Black Levi's.
They were.
Just leave your camera.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. Yeah, so they sent me these. They were bootcut 515s. They are black, size 16, right? With tags, looks like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. That I can tell. I mean, they got a little dust on them, but that'll come off. A little bit of lint. So I guess what I'm going to do is just resell them. You know, I mean, they are, yeah, just bootcut 515s. Nothing special, but they're a size 16, which is a nice size. So that's how you do it on eBay, guys. You sell one pair, customer sends you back the wrong pair, and then you sell those too. And you just keep on doubling your money. All right, that's not how it's going to work. But it did work that way this time. They got a little something on them, but it comes off. So anyway, so I'd share that story with you. So yeah, returns on eBay, always an issue with clothes. But right now, guys, this is what's crazy. I have, you know, over 700 listings. And I only have one return pending. Now, I probably just gave myself the kiss of death. Right now, I'll get 10 in a row. But I only have one return. So this idea that you can sell clothes and you're just going to get massive amounts of returns, I don't buy that. If you take the right measurements and you accurately describe the item, yeah, you're still going to get some returns because people are just different sizes and maybe what they think they are. But I don't think you're going to get a huge number of returns like some people seem to think. I've heard people say, you know, you'll get like 20% returns in clothing, and I'm going, that's crazy. I mean, 1 out of 5? That sounds really high to me. But Leisure Picker says 2 more returns coming. Well, the funny thing is, Leisure Picker, the one return that I now have pending has not been shipped. And it's already been 3 weeks. That's the great thing about 30-day returns, guys. People think that 30 days is a long time, so they don't ship it right away. And then all of a sudden, eventually, the time limit goes up and eBay just cancels the return. And you're done. So that's happened to me several times with 30-day returns. Several times people have said, I want to return this. And they start a return. And then they never ship it. And then the return just drops off. And they can't really return it after that. And I keep the sale. So Crafty says, I had one return and they paid shipping because it didn't fit. I refunded only the price of the clothing and not shipping because she refunded. Message retracted. What did you just do there, Crafty? I'm not sure what happened. I was reading your comment and all of a sudden it went away. Yeah, LP says, yeah, they forget. Bless you. That's exactly it. They do forget, and you're the beneficiary. So if you haven't gone to 30-day returns, I would say do it. You know, it's a prerequisite, I think, for top rated. But, you know, basically 30-day returns, you're not going to see a higher return rate just because of 30-day returns. I think you might see a lower rate. Other sellers have said this too. People like Ronnie Hart, I mean, they've said, you know, hey, it doesn't really affect you the way you think it does. Because people forget, they just leave it laying around. They figure, oh, I got a month, I'll get to it. And yeah, I still get some returns. You know, the best returns are when you get a return and you don't know who it's from. They don't put any paperwork in it. They just return the box with the item and their name and their name sometimes on the outside, but sometimes it's not who bought it and you can't figure it out anyway. I've had a couple of those over the last year or two, and those are fun. So I just usually wait and see if the return pops up, and if it doesn't, I don't worry about it. Eventually, I'll just resell the item. And if they did show up with a return, I'd give them their money back. But, you know, because they did return it, they just forgot to put in the info. So that happens every once in a while, but, you know, returns are just a part of business. No reason to get upset about them. Not everything you sell is going to stick. People are going to return things. Sometimes it's going to be very low rate of return. Sometimes it's going to be very high. And, you know, just deal with it and move on. Crafty says, have a low rate at 0.02%. That's very low. But if you're selling things like hats, I can kind of see that, right? I mean, it's a hat. You know, it's going to fit, you know, and as long as in great condition, it should be a pretty easy sale. You know, it should be, hey, it's a hat, and here you go. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, let me. Oh, you sell some other suits, hat, dresses, jeans, shirt. Okay, cool. I'll show you how the last 2 days have gone, and we'll get right to that. Let me see if I got that up here, and I do. So we'll do a little screen share. All right, so 2 days ago was Monday, Labor Day. Great day. Started the day with 670 listings. We got 33 photos done, and we got 30 listed. We ended out the day with 10 sold, which was really good. I think that's the highest number I've had since I started on a given day. So 10 items sold, $237. So I guess that works out to like $23.75 a jean with shipping. Net per jean $9.39, so pretty good. Like it to be a little higher, but not bad. Great sell through, 1.49, and just a great day. You know, can't complain. Got a lot of photos up, a lot of listings. The next day was yesterday. We were outsourcing all day, so we didn't get any listings. Oh, there's that sound. Wait for it. Oh, come on, do it. Well, I thought I was going to do it.
You told it to do it.
It's got to do it. Stupid phone. There it was. So $140 yesterday on 5 sales. So really good there. We hit 8 stores. We got about 10 items per store basically, which I think is pretty good. I don't know. I mean, still kind of figuring all that out. Right now I'm averaging 10.84, so I'm right around the average. Estimated net yesterday of 65, and net per jean really good of 1308. That was because I sold a higher priced new pair of Democracy jeans, and I think I sold those for about 35, or I think they were 35 plus shipping, so about 41 bucks. And actually they went overseas, so the shipping was more than that. All told was like 60 bucks, 65 bucks, something like that. So pretty good. Pretty good. And let's see. So I will try to show you here. All right, so here is September. 649 listings, so I'm already up, you know, almost probably about 8% from last month on average, which is moving in the right direction. Bought 104, so I bought almost as much. I've spent as much. 100 photos versus 170 for the whole month of August, so doing great on that. Listed 67, so about 1/3 of what I listed in August. A gross of 789, a net of about 326, a net margin of 41, which is right around my average. 1019 per gene, which is great. So I'm happy about that. The numbers are looking pretty good for September so far. And so there we go. Yeah, I have 700 plus listings, Leisure, but not in jeans. So not quite in jeans yet. Jean listings are 655. And actually, I think I've sold 4 today already, so they're actually lower than that. So 651. But I plan on listing another 18 today, minimum. I've listed 12 this morning. So actually, I guess it'd be 12 minus 4, so 8 plus. So I'm at 663, which is not quite my highest, but it's getting there. So anyway. Barbie says, I'm sure you've answered this before, but do you do free shipping or customer pays shipping? I used to do free shipping, Barbie, but I changed my mind after, you know, some good advice from everyone in the community and on this channel, and decided to go to flat shipping, flat rate. So I basically just have a flat rate that I charge people, and I ship almost everything in padded flat rate priority mail shippers you can get from USPS for free. That's how I handle shipping. The other day, though, I had a pair of jeans that I sold, and they went to Oregon, I think. Either Oregon or maybe Washington. Anyway, they were a larger pair, and they wouldn't fit in the flat rate. So I just stuck an $8.50 flat rate on them and sent them priority mail. But unfortunately, the shipping ended up being almost $11. So I definitely lost a few bucks on the shipping on that one. I was just kind of gambling that the person would buy them, and they'd be like, you know, they'd live in like Missouri or something. I could ship them for $8. Not so much. They lived on the West Coast, and I paid nearly the maximum I would pay for shipping. But, you know, they were like between 2 and 3 pounds. So it was just expensive. But I try to do everything in padded flat rates with, you know, just a flat rate shipping cost. And that way it simplifies everything, simplifies my listing process. It simplifies my shipping needs process. It just makes it simple, and I like simple. And when you're doing volume, like what we're scaling up to do, you've got to be simple. You can't be complicated. Leisure says use the bubble mailers. Yeah, they're these right here. Priority mail. They have, you know, the bubble wrap inside, so they're good for other items, not just jeans. I like these a little better for jeans because there are cardboard ones that cost you a little less. But the reason I like these is because they stretch really well. Like they have a little more give to them, I think, than the cardboard ones. And I think it's just an impression thing too. I think it sends the impression that, hey, you put in something that's padded. Yeah, I know it's jeans, but it doesn't matter. Impression's everything, right? So anyway, that's what I use, and I usually order these 100 at a time from USPS. They send a box, and I've always got, like right now, I've got one full box. I've got a good chunk of another box, and I've got another box on the way. So yeah, they self-seal. There's a tape you pull off to seal them. They stack really easily. I mean, they're not they're not very thick. You know, I mean, you can get, it depends on the jean, but I've gotten a size 50 jean in these before. Now, it's not easy, but it can be done. But you do run into jeans sometimes you just can't. Like the jeans I sent the other day across the country were less than, they weren't a 50. They were like a 44 or something, but they were thick jeans and they just would not fit in here. There was just no way. Like I tried and I was like, I give up. So Crafty says waterproof and tear resistant. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, they're waterproof. Water could get in around the lip, probably. I mean, they don't probably seal that tight, but they're pretty darn good. Susanna says, I agree. I never use the cardboard ones. I haven't used them, Susanna. I've used them maybe once, and I just didn't like them. Nothing wrong with them, and they are cheaper. So if you want to go the cheapest route, go with the cardboard. Jen says, don't you lose money with global shipping because you have to pay shipping to Kentucky? No. No, because I'm not sure what you're asking me there, Jim, because I'm still having them pay $6.50 for shipping. I get them to Kentucky. And then in Kentucky, in Erlanger, I think that's where the center is, they already add on the amount for the customer. And the customer pays that when they buy it. So that's already calculated for them. So all I got to do is get them to Kentucky. And for that amount of money, that'll easily get them to Kentucky. So they add on the amount there and the customer pays that on the back end. And it's expensive to ship overseas. I mean, even a little thing like the jeans I sent today, I don't know if I still got that one here, but I want to say they cost like $24 to ship overseas. They were not cheap. And, they only weighed less than 2 pounds. So they're not heavy. I don't know if they tear them open in Erlanger. They probably, or they just stick them on a boat or a plane. I'm not even sure, but that's all it cost me to ship to them. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong and I should be paying more.
That's interesting. I wonder if they have to open them for customs, if that plays a role or no.
Karen just asked if they have to open the packages that go to Kentucky for customs. Up and ask you a customs declaration, but it's a real simple one because it's clothing. It just basically asks you the manufacturer's origin. And to be honest, I usually just put unknown. Not because I don't know it, but because I've already sealed it up and I'm not going to go back and look at it again. I don't know. Well, actually, I haven't sealed up that point, but I just don't look. I don't know. I probably should put it, to be honest with you. So when in doubt, fill it out. Spiky says they were supposed to open it. Yeah, they probably do. Utah says I sold an item yesterday and it went to Canada. Bucks and eBay shipping was 25. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, here's the reality, guys. I know you can go on and you can calculate the shipping and do it to yourself and sell it to your customer. And you'll probably save them a few bucks. But my point is, how much time did it cost you to do that? It cost you some time and effort to figure that out. And it's not a lot, but it's something and it adds up. I don't know. GSP to me just seems so much easier. I just ship it off to Kentucky and I'm done. And if people don't want to buy it because of that, I think that's a tiny fraction of buyers out there that are A, overseas, and B, don't want to pay what they perceive to be extra money because somebody's involved with GSP or somebody, is part of the GSP program. I don't know, but I'm not in the shipping business. I'm not in the customs declaration business. I'm in the reselling business. So I just want to focus on that. And I don't want to focus on all those tangential things that don't really impact my bottom line very much, if at all. So anyway, Crafty says they sometimes do, I guess, open it up, but they're not they put the but put shipping invoice and envelope on outside plus inside in case of loss of label. Oh, that's probably not a bad idea. And you got to remember they're not paying just the shipping, but also customs fees. Yeah, and eBay. Let's face it, guys. eBay's got some sort of processing facility there to deal with all these global shipping items. You don't. It's just you. So, you know, they're equipped for it. They have people working there. They can inspect it. They can rip it open. They have supplies they need, scales, whatever they need to ship it overseas. So I don't know. I don't know what the cost ends up being extra for them to do it, but it's kind of no different than the fees you pay to Amazon if you do FBA, because Amazon is running a warehouse and that warehouse has a lot of cost. So I don't know. I don't even worry about it anymore. I just do it. I just do GSP and forget it. Their own. If you don't like GSP, figure them out on your own, or don't sell overseas. That seems kind of limiting, but because there's some brands that people want overseas, they just can't get them as easily, or fits, or what have you. So you're kind of limiting yourself. But anyway, eBay has shown they will cover you too. That's a great thing. Yep, exactly, right? It's all about, you know, what makes the most sense for your business and your business model. So, well, anyway, guys, we're going to get back to listing, because as you can see here, I've got a big stack of jeans that has to be listed, and these birds aren't going to list it for me. But trying to get all caught up by the weekend, trying to get all these. Karn is going to be doing something with a bunch of our items that have not been, that are not ready for eBay, let's just say. So we're going to try to get rid of them, and we've got an idea for it. So let's see if it works and how well it works, and more details on that later this week as she does that. But I got a big stack of jeans over here and some other things upstairs. It's probably a good 50, 60, and those are going to have to go. And she's got an idea, so we'll see if it works, and I'll let you guys know how well it works. I don't want to give it away yet, so it's not like, you know, anything you couldn't do on your own, but I just want to see how it works before we do it. So anyway, but if you guys enjoy the video, if you enjoy it, if you're watching it later, please hit the like button down below. Hit the like. I appreciate it. Lets me know I'm doing a good job. Lets eBay know as well, or YouTube know as well. And I will be on tomorrow, and my plan is to be on Friday as well. I don't know if I'll be on the weekend. We'll see during the day, but you know, sales are good. We're doing great here. I hope you guys are too. I hope your business is doing well. And if it's not doing as well as you want, then change. Do it differently. And, you know, you'll get somewhere. Something different. Something will be different about it, and that's a good thing. Change is always a good thing. All right, guys. So everybody take care. Great. You know, have a great day, great rest of your Wednesday, and I will talk to you very soon. And as always, Prof Sales saying good sales to you.